"This is the best salmon dish I've ever made," says one of my readers, and the butter citrus aroma filling the kitchen exactly why. Let me show you how to make it. If you'd like a printable version of this recipe to keep in your kitchen, just Google Ponzu Salmon Sudachi to find it. First, mix your ponzu glaze. Combine 4 tablespoons of ponzu sauce with 1 tablespoon of sake and 1 tablespoon of mirin. That is it. 3 ingredients. The ponzu is doing all the heavy lifting here with its citrus soy complexity. The sake adds depth and helps tenderize, and the mirin rounds everything out with a touch of sweetness. Now your salmon. You want skin on fillets about 2 to 3 centimeters thick. Farmed Atlantic or king salmon are great choices here because their higher fat content keeps them moist and forgiving. White sockeye works too, but it's leaner so it cooks faster, and you will need to keep a close eye on it. Pat your salmon completely dry with paper towels, press firmly on every surface and get all the moisture off. Season both sides with salt, then dust with about 1 tablespoon of potato starch. You want a thin, even coat. The starch creates a light, crispy shell on the outside of the fish when it hits the hot pan. Second, when the ponzu glaze goes in later, the starch dissolves into the sauce and thickens it, helping it cling to the fish instead of running off onto the plate. If you don't have potato starch, cornstarch will work too. Rice flour is another option that gives you an ultra crisp finish, but the coating is more delicate and can break apart if you handle the fish too much. Whichever you use, keep it light. Too much starch creates a pasty layer that actually prevents the sauce from reducing properly. Place a tablespoon of butter in your pan over medium heat. When the butter melts and starts to foam, it's time. You could use a neutral oil instead and it will still work. Lay your salmon fillet skin side down. Do not touch the fish, do not peek underneath, do not nudge around, leave it completely alone for a full 4 minutes. After 4 minutes, carefully flip each fillet. Sear the flesh side for about 2 minutes. If you use tall fillets like mine today, a bit more like 30 seconds each for the size is also needed. You're not trying to cook it all the way through on this side, just getting a bit of colour and firming up the surface. Then remove the salmon from the pan and set aside on a plate. We are coming back to it soon. In the same pan with all those buttery salmon flavoured bits still in there, add 30 grams of sliced bell pepper and 50 grams of maitake mushrooms. If you can't find maitake, any mushroom works well. King oyster mushrooms bring a nice meaty texture, or even cremini will do the job. For the bell pepper, snap peas or asparagus are solid swaps if you prefer. Saute for 2 to 3 minutes until they soften but still have a little bite to them. Nestle the salmon back into the pan, skin side up this time. Keeping the skin facing up protects the crispy texture we worked so hard to get. Now pour your ponzu glaze mixture around the pan, not over the fish. By pouring it around the pan, the sauce heats up from the edges, starts reducing immediately, and you control exactly how much ends up on the fish. Grab a spoon and start basting. Scoop the sauce from the pan and spoon it over the fish continuously for about 1 minute. You will see the sauce transform right in front of you. It goes from thin and watery to glossy and syrupy. When it coats the back of your spoon and the bubbles in the pan slow down to a lazy, thick rhythm, you're done. Time to plate. Scoop about 150 grams of rice onto one side of your plate. Arrange a handful of baby leaf salad, about 50 grams, next to it. Lay the sautéed vegetables down, place your salmon on top, and spoon the rest of the gorgeous glossy ponzu sauce right over everything. Finish with a sprinkle of sesame seeds and crack of black pepper if you like. Look at that, crispy skin, tender flesh, and this tangy buttery ponzu glaze that ties the whole plate together. The acidity of the ponzu cuts right through the richness of the salmon, and the batter pulls it all into one cohesive bite. Want even more delicious recipes? Grab my free cookbook from the link in the description. Okay, let's go over the ingredients one more time. And if you're ready to cook, grab the written instructions by clicking the full recipe box with a picture that's about to pop up on your screen. That's a wrap. You can find a full printable version of this recipe on my website, linked right here on the screen. It has all the extra details to help you get it perfect every time. If you enjoyed this, check out my salmon playlist. And next week, I'm making tonjiru. Hit subscribe so you don't miss it. See you then.